Hello, this is Dan's show on the tube. I'm Dan, and today we're going to be discussing the AEW / Ring of Honor champions and what I think of each of them. So let's get to it. First up, we have the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, which is Red Velvet. I'm honestly not real familiar with the Ring of Honor women's roster, but I would assume they could have a better television champion than Red Velvet. I've seen her wrestle on AEW a few times and never really impressed. So I'd like to see them do something with that title. Next up, we have the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, which is Athena. She is definitely the best champion in all of Ring of Honor. She's had the belt now for a record amount of time, and I don't see anybody beating her for it anytime soon. She's amazing. I loved her work as Ember Moon in WWE. I always thought WWE kind of dropped the ball on her, and Ring of Honor is showing exactly how good she actually is. Next up, we have the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, which are Dustin Rhodes and Marshall and Ross Von Erich. I don't see Ring of Honor having a better 6-man team than them, and I don't see them losing the belts anytime soon. I think they're a good team, and Dustin working with the Von Erich boys will give them a lot of experience and move their careers forward pretty quickly. I wouldn't mind seeing the Von Erich boys eventually in NXT. Next up, we have the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. I love this team. I'd like to see them face more AEW competition. And eventually, when they drop the belts, I'd like to see them work a program with the Hurt Syndicate over in AEW. I think they're good enough to give them a challenge. Next up, the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, which is Nick Wayne. I think they dropped the ball with this. It should have been, it probably should have ended up being Christian Cage versus Nick Wayne. Although the patriarchy can help him keep the belt for a little while. Eventually, I'd like to see Nick Wayne turn on Christian. I think that'd be a good move. He spent some time under Christian's learning tree, and he could move on and do something with himself. I think he's working his way to being good enough too. Finally, we have the Ring of Honor World Champion, which is Bandito. I don't necessarily think he should have lost his mask to Jericho, but I definitely figure out they should have found a way to get out of that match without him losing the mask or winning the title. I think Jericho was a much better champion, and I'm hoping that Bandito eventually drops that belt soon to somebody who's a little bit better quality. If they're going to try to do something with Ring of Honor, I think they need to have stronger champions in most cases. Next up, we have the AEW Continental Champion, which is Okada. The only thing AEW has done wrong with Okada was put him with the Young Bucks. I think he should have come in as a strong face and been able to show his dominance and his abilities in the ring. He is one of, if not the best wrestlers on the entire AEW roster, and I think he deserves a better push than what he's even gotten. I know he's got a match coming up with Kenny Omega for the winner take all, and I don't know who's going to win that match, but that's definitely a shut up and take my money match. Either one's going to be good, and I think it's going to be a contender for match of the year when they finally do face off. The AEW Trios champions are the Ops. It's Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata. I really think that Hobbs shouldn't have made the team. I really think it should have been Hook. Hook was part of the Ops in the beginning, and I would have liked to have seen him be part of this Trios champion. Otherwise, it's a good team, and I don't see anybody beating them anytime soon. The only one that I think that can give them a decent match is the Death Riders, and they just took the belts from the Death Riders, so I don't see them dropping them back to them right away. The TNT champion is Adam Cole. Never really got the Adam Cole character. He didn't impress me a whole lot in WWE, even though they gave him every opportunity to do well. As some of you may know, Adam Cole was offered a spot on the main roster and didn't take it in WWE because he was only offered a manager position because they didn't like his abilities in the ring or his look. I have to agree with both of those, and I think that would have been a better way for him to go. The current AEW International Champion is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is absolutely amazing. I think he's a great champion. I think the match with Okada is going to show how good he actually is. I think it's going to be his best match in AEW, and it wouldn't surprise me either way if Kenny or Okada walked off with both belts. I think that's going to be a really great match, and I can't wait to see it. The current AEW World Tag Team Champions are the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. I think that's a great tag team. I don't think there's any tag team in AEW who can hang with them right now. So actually, I think they're okay, solid for the belts for a while. The current TBS champion is Mercedes Moné. She's absolutely amazing. I love her. I love her work. When she was Sasha Banks, I think she's one of the most talented women wrestlers on their roster, if not the most talented. She's got a match coming up for the AEW Women's World title with Toni Storm, and I think that's going to be potentially one of the better women's matches of the year. I think they're both really good, and I think they can have a great match. Speaking of Toni Storm, she is the current AEW Women's World Champion. If she manages to get by Mercedes coming up, then I cannot imagine who it's going to take to beat her. Maybe Megan Byrne. She's really good. But otherwise, I don't see Toni Storm losing the belt anytime soon. The AEW World Champion is Jon Moxley. The Death Riders have been helping him retain the title. He's had title matches. He's got one coming up with Hangman Page, and I think he's going to beat Page. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get past Hangman. I'm looking at a guy like a Will Ospreay or a Kenny Omega to eventually take the title off of Moxley. It's going to take somebody with a lot of talent and probably some backup. Well, that's the AEW and Ring of Honor champions currently and what I think of each of them. In the comments section below, let me know who what you think about what my thoughts were on the current champions. And who's your favorite champion in AEW or Ring of Honor? I'd like to know in the comments below. Kind of let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. And thanks. Have a great day.